Welcome back. Right here with me, I've got the 2024 Shirley Stab Animatronic. There's been a lot of older animatronic videos on the channel of old props getting reviewed and unboxed, but this is something that's new for this year, 2024. This is one of the few that I have my eyes on this year, but when this one first was shown in the sneak peek video, I knew instantly that I wanted to grab her for the reason of the 50s aesthetic. If you watched my haunted house tour videos last year, you might have noticed that in the driveway there's an old vehicle parked, and it's kind of a part of the scene, but not really. And that is my family's 1955 Buick Special, and last year Stabbo was sitting in it, which I didn't really, my dad was the one who really wanted to have that, but there hasn't really been a prop that really would fit the car, and when I saw this one, I was like, there it is. This is going to be the prop that will be standing next to that car and make the scene a little more relevant and make some sense maybe. And the lore with this thing really kind of throws that all together, which makes it funny because, let me just read it for you so you understand where I'm coming from here. But on the back here, we can see that on her lore, she basically talks about how she was a perfect housewife and she realized life was too short. So when her husband came home in the driveway, she gave him the best welcome home kiss before stabbing him to death and grabbing his keys and stepped over his corpse into the car and drove straight into a new life of freedom with a wicked grin. So drove off, which is just perfect for the car. It kind of just fits it all. So it totally sets in with the lore that she has, and it's like perfect. It doesn't get much better than this, I don't think. So I'm really looking forward to having her pose next to the car this year in the driveway. It would look awesome. But before we even talk about that, we have to unbox her and set her up. So let's see what's in the box of Shirley Stab. Alright, so this is an actual authentic unboxing. Some of them are I've already opened it up to make sure everything works, but this is authentic. You can see because the seal is still on it, and that's a way to know if something's really brand new in the box. And I love the fact that the newer animatronic boxes are coming with this seal. It kind of makes you know if something's new or not. But there's the seal. It's broken. Pull these tabs back gently. And this is what you see when you first open up the box. It's quite a big box, actually. It's a little bigger than I expected. I figured something of her size wouldn't really take up so much space, so I was kind of surprised when the shipping box showed up, but you can basically see everything. You got the legs, the clothing, the head is down in there. But this is all on a slide out, so I'll just tip the box down and slide her out the easier way. So here it is on the ground. Let's just pull it out here gently again. And this is a techie animatronic, so there's going to be a bunch of wire ties and inconveniences to try to get some of these parts out. You already know that's coming, but this one's actually being a little bit of a pain to get out. Why? Come on. There we go. There we go. Okay. So there is everything that is inside the interior box. So I just took the liberty of twisting off all the wire ties, so everything just should come out pretty easily. So the first thing right here is one of her legs. This is the left leg, and it's in a nice plastic bag to protect it. And pull it out. It's all plastic. It's a hard plastic, solid plastic. The shoes are just painted. It's all paint. There's a little smudge on mine, but that just gets rubbed off. You can see the seam line. Not a big deal. But that's the left leg, and it's very strong, solid plastic. That's good. There's no latex on this piece to my knowledge, which is good because for something that doesn't have any mouth movements or anything like that, there really isn't necessary for dry rotting latex to become a thing. And you know, Techie doesn't even have that problem of dry rot latex in the first place. I don't know what they use on their masks and stuff that need mouth movement, but it's not latex, I don't believe. But here's the other leg. This is the right leg. Again, pretty much the same thing. Shoes are painted. Heavy-duty plastic. You have the instructions right here. Very high-quality print, as well as the adapter. And this little push-out pin for when you disassemble the animatronic. And right here you have the creepy looking head with the carving in it. The jack-o'-lantern, it looks like a jack-o'-lantern to me, honestly. And there's some blood on the sides, and the blood is kind of, it looks like paint, really. Now, personally, I don't really have that big of a problem. I might just go around and paint it with some more realistic looking blood, but I'm not too concerned with it right now. And then here you can see the arm. It has what looks to be just plastic coming out, and this side doesn't have anything, which I guess we'll see what's up with that. I don't know if this is the actual, no, I don't think this is the mechanism. It's just like a plastic mount for the mechanism, probably. And here's the clothing, and it looks like the arm mechanism is actually a part of the clothing here. It's inside the mechanism already. And these hands are plastic as well. So is the knife. It's a really, feels like plastic, and it's firm. It's not gonna like be flimsy or anything. It's good quality, strong stuff. The other hand as well is plastic. I do like the dress on her, but once we assemble, we'll take a better look at it. Next up, it looks like we have the module here with some support poles, and it's all tangled in with some wire ties right now. It's the white box, speaker jack, external trigger jack, the adapter. You have constant on, you have off or motion only, and then volume control. I'm going to have it turned up all the way. And it looks like you can put batteries in it too, which is nice. I'm assuming 4 AA's. You got some support poles. They look like the coating is different on these compared to last year's animatronics from Techie. It's gloss black instead of like a flat satin black color. And then lastly, you have the base. Looks like it has some locks for the feet so they don't go swaying everywhere, which is a newer thing that newer props have, and I honestly like it. Makes the feet not slide everywhere to have to readjust it when you pick them up and move them around. But that is everything that's in the box. Let's start the setup. Okay, so I don't really think I need to follow the instructions. I think I can handle it on my own for now. Let's see how far I get. I'm gonna take the base. There's a label for the front here, so you know what's front. And then we're gonna take our support poles, and it looks like all the support poles have labeling on them right now for easy matching. So we have 2 poles with A, and we'll just snap lock those in place. And I'm assuming you're gonna wanna put these poles on and then the legs once these poles are all on here. So let's just do that. And now we're gonna slide over our leg. So this is the right leg. And then you have the left leg. And that went together pretty easily. Well, I'm trying to find the slot here. Uh-oh, looks like the clearances are off. I had to just bend the bracket that sits out on this. I had to bend it backwards for the foot to sit in, but now it works. But yeah, clearances is something that Techie seems to have problems with in recent years. I don't know what's up with that. I get like if you put that on the ground, there might be some play in it, but just something that I've seen a lot. So next up, we're gonna take the control module, and it looks like we're gonna put it on this way here. Snap lock, boom, boom. So the next step I wasn't really sure on, so I did end up pulling out the instructions, and basically once you have it to this point, we're gonna take the hip loop and put it on, and then we're gonna put the dress on over it and then put the head on. So that was the next thing I wasn't sure on, so that's what I'll do next. Got the hip loop. I'm not sure why the colors, well, it looks like it actually does, never mind. It looks like the hip loop does go on a certain way, the way it bows out the one way. And it looks like there's a lot of interior clothing on this, which could be a little problematic when putting this on. We'll see. I guess we'll just have to find out here. Now I'm just going to take the head and snap it in and see how this all basically just goes together at that point. You have like the wire for the LED in the head, and then you're just going to snap this in to place here. like that. Well, that makes it a lot easier. There's like a whole freaking Velcro strap back here that can be unvelcroed. That should make everything a little more simple to get everything locked in place. And then you just pull this over. There's like a plastic frame that's connected under the dress, and what happens is it's like not staying nicely. It keeps like folding up and stuff, so it's giving me some problems. I don't know if it's supposed to be just all over the place or if there's supposed to be some sort of uniformity with it. So I guess I'll just try to keep playing with it. But if we turn it around, you can see the back, and there's a couple wires that you need to plug in and stuff. So you can see like under the dress there's this hose type, like a plastic hose, and it goes around. But when I got it, it was kind of just all tangled up. But you want it to like be fully out like this, so it makes the impression of the dress kind of jutting out towards the bottom. So that was what was problematic with it. It was all just tangled. But I think once you put the dress on and get it all situated, it kind of fixes itself. So hopefully it doesn't go like tangling itself up again. But basically that's all done now. She's all set up. Okay, she's ready to rock. Let's plug it in and see how it works here. So just do this again. Here we go. One-handed this time. Every time. Got it. All right, let's see what she does here. I think it's plugged in. There we go. I bet you she would sound awesome on an external speaker. You see the LED in there flickering? Alright, so there she is, the Shirley Stab animatronic in the daytime. First impression, really awesome. But let's go to an edited demo and see what she could look like in a scene. So there she is, the Shirley Stab animatronic from 2024's Spirit Halloween. I absolutely love this prop. I think it's really cool. But the price tag is something that can be discussed. $230 for an online only and one motion thing is, I think, possibly a little high. Now, things that I think might justify that is the fact that these giant blow mold pieces, they are pretty big, like the feet, the legs. It's a whole leg. It's not just like a half leg, and it's heavy duty plastic as well. So heads, blow mold, the feet are molded, and the knife and the gloves, both gloves are plastic as well. And I gotta imagine that the dress takes some work too, because it's detailed, considering it's just an animatronic. Like, you got buttons and they're sewed in, and these little flares at the top here. And the belt is a material of its own. It's got like texture to it. So the attention to detail, I think, is very high. So that might be the reason why the price is so high. But in my personal opinion, I think this thing would have been great just as a static prop. Just like this maybe would have been fine with me, and take off however much it takes for animation and stuff. Because this right here looks cool. She doesn't necessarily need to have the motion of the slow stabbing, because, not gonna lie, the slow stabbing does make it look like an animatronic. I don't know anyone who slowly stabs like that. So that kind of gives it away. I think the appearance of just it being silent and nothing moving, just her looking like this, is pretty menacing in and of itself. So that is just my take on it, obviously. But I really like it overall, and I really can't wait to put it in the haunted house next to the old car. I think it will be a cool little scene. So that is basically all I have to say about the Shirley Stab animatronic from this year's Spirit of Halloween lineup. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. But with that being said, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.